10 years ago, at Mary Kay's 50th anniversary seminar, I sat on this very stage, on the throne, as I was crowned Queen of Cheering at my very first seminar. I was pretty sure that was the most epic seminar I would ever have. Who would have ever believed that 10 years later, at Mary Kay's 60th anniversary seminar, I would be standing up here representing my incredible Record Breakers unit as a $1 million sales director. What a pinch moment. When I started my Mary Kay business, I was working full-time as a speech therapist. I was married, I had 4 beautiful little boys, and I was pregnant with my 5th child. Although I wasn't looking for another opportunity, I was attracted to the hope, the possibilities, and the income potential. At that first seminar, everyone wanted to know what I had done to accomplish such an amazing feat and how I became the queen in my very first seminar. I really had no idea what they were talking about. I didn't do anything special. I just took the opportunity that was handed to me, the same one that's handed to every one of you, and I chose to maximize it and to share it with as many people as possible. I worked my way up steadily, going from the 300,000 unit club to 350 to 500,000 to Trip. I debuted 1 offspring, then 2, and then I became a future executive sales director with 3. Business could not have been better, and I was thriving. That was in 2019, and then COVID hit. And everything I knew about this business changed in an instant. And I know that so many incredible beauty consultants and sales directors had their best years ever with virtual, but for me, with the loss of in-person events, I was getting burnt out and bored. So bored. And even though I did eventually hop aboard the Zoom train, and even though we actually had good success with it, my heart just wasn't in it, and it didn't bring me joy. Doing everything through a screen just didn't do it for me. Can anyone relate? And for me and my personality, if I'm only half in, I might as well be out. I know this might shock you, but last year I wasn't at seminar. Our unit did 500,000, but my joy wasn't there. So I didn't even bother to register. In August, I realized that if I was going to continue to flourish in this business, I had to figure out a way to bring back the joy, the creative side, the fun, exhilarating moments that make this business so magical. So I'm going to give you 6 tips to success that I learned this year. Tip number 1, bring the fun and the joy back to your business. Even if you're an overachiever like me and you're a hard worker, there's no reason to think that business and fun needs to be separate. Do things that are crazy. Do things that are out of the box. Do things that will make people lighten up and have fun. So I decided that since I love to sing, what if we make a music video to instill team spirit, to inspire my unit, to rally everyone around a goal. So I recorded a song, A Million Dreams, because our goal this year was $1 million. I had such a blast in that recording studio, and it continues to bring me joy every time I hear it. My unit loved it, we played it at every event, and we're currently working on the music video portion of it with my beauty consultants. It's just such a fun extra that I was able to incorporate simply because it brought me joy. Raise your hands if you love to sing. Why can't you create your own cover of a song for your unit or your growing team? Anyone love to dance? Yeah, creating a music video is such an amazing team activity with so many benefits. I can't wait to see and hear all of the Mary Kay music videos that will be coming out this year. I also started implementing other fun, creative ideas. In May, I felt like my unit needed a boost. So I decided that a magical, exhilarating event was needed. So we planned a massive in-person guest event for 100 people to be held the following week. Are some of you hyperventilating yet? But for me, Breaking records gives me energy. Huge events bring me joy. Add fun activities and events that bring you joy in your business. Success tip number 2, get rid of your excuses. My husband and I have 7 beautiful, amazing children that are my world. My oldest is 17. I have 4 awesome teenage boys and 3 precious little girls. My baby just turned 4. I have been either pregnant, nursing, or both throughout my entire Mary Kay business. I never let that stop me. We're religious Jews, myself and most of my unit. That comes along with some challenges. We're Sabbath observant, which means we don't work from Friday night until Saturday night. No phones, no texts, nothing. It's an amazing, special day of rest with our families and with God. That means that my unit has had to miss many events. We've never even been to a career conference because it's on a Saturday and we can't go to work-related events on Saturday. We also have lots and lots of holidays, pretty much about one every month. And some of them are 8 days long. And we don't work or have our phones the entire time. Many of us also have lots of kids, and those kids are home during all those holidays. But you know what? We can focus on the challenges, or we could focus on the blessings. How lucky are we to work for such an amazing company that goes out of their way to try to accommodate us as best as they possibly can. How lucky are we that we could choose when to work, when to spend time with our family, and when to double down, put our blinders on, and get the work done. Don't let yourself give excuses. Be a find a way, make a way type of girl. Success tip number 3, be adaptable. So who remembers what the greatest day of this Mary Kay year has been? I'll give you a little hint. For those of us that don't live in Florida or Arizona, it was a cold, gloomy winter day in December. You guessed it was our Pink Power Day on December 7th, where our entire product line was on sale for 60% off. Can we get everyone on our feet and give a standing ovation to our innovative, creative, and fearless president, Nathan Moore, and the entire Sapphire Sales Development team. What an incredible gift you gave us. And what a creative challenge for us sales directors to really maximize the benefits of Pink Power Day with no advanced preparation. I just remember thinking, well, of all the months to have been so organized, let me tell you a secret. That's not my specialty. But in December, I had my unit promo in place, our schedule, our meetings, everything was planned and it had already been communicated to everyone. But you have to be able to pivot quickly to really succeed in this business. So I said goodbye to all my gorgeous flyers and promotions, and I grabbed onto this incredible 24-hour challenge with both hands. That leads me to success tip number 4, believe that you can. I set an audacious goal for my unit to sell $20,000 wholesale in 24 hours. I knew that it was crazy. I knew that others would tell me to choose a more realistic goal, but I knew we could do it. And I knew that with my strategy of holding a massive customer selling blitz to kick this off, we would sell more than we needed to hit the 20,000. My unit jumped on board. They were ready to break some records. We didn't just hit our 20,000 goal, we smashed it with over $25,000 wholesale in just 24 hours. Success tip number 5, speak your goal into existence. Do you know what I did after December 7th? I told everyone that we're doing million. I even emailed our president, Nathan Moore, to thank him for his gift to us with Pink Power Day and to let him know that I was going to be the next $1 million director this year. He was so gracious in believing me because I was not on target. Side note, do you know how to get the busiest person in Mary Kay to read your email? You title it, "You Are the Best." Sure enough, he read it, and he sent me a personal reply. Thank you, Nathan. That email meant so much to me. There were so many times this year that we could have, and probably, logically, should have given up. But knowing that I had spoken my goal out loud to so many people gave me that extra determination to go further than I ever thought possible. On days when I just wanted to throw in the towel, on days when it seemed like I was the only one working, on days when it seemed like nothing was going according to plan, those were the days that I remembered what I had pledged. Just the thought of having to tell people that I hadn't actually completed my goal was motivating enough for me to stay focused, stay the course, and finish what I had set out to do. I also actively formed connections with big thinkers. I sought out mentors who would breathe belief into me when I forgot my own worth. Thank you, Ruth Everhart, and your incredible Everhart area for being my biggest cheerleaders this year. You won't find a more positive, loving group of women anywhere. Thank you, David Horowitz, for all that you have done for my unit. Your strategy and goal setting and coaching calls were amazing and meant so much to us. An extra special thank you to Vivian Diaz, my Senior National Sales Director Emeritus, for not letting me off the hook when I was ready to give up. In the beginning of May, we were so far from million that it truly didn't seem realistic to even continue. I kind of stopped talking about million, and I started talking about finishing Prestige Trip instead. But Vivian Diaz called me up and said, Fredo, you said you're doing million this year. You're not the type of person that doesn't finish what you started. There are 2 months left. I know you will figure this out, and you will finish it. She didn't tell me how. She didn't give me a brilliant strategy, but her belief in me was enough to fuel me to success. Which brings me to my incredible Record Breakers unit. You guys are the reason why I am up here today. Thank you for always trusting me, even when the numbers didn't show it. Thank you for always doing this business with excellence, for being such amazing sellers, but more importantly, for being such amazing representatives of Mary Kay. Thank you for rallying behind me and making this million your goal. You truly deserve this honor, and I'm so proud of you and so proud to be your $1 million director. Success tip number 6, and this is my favorite one. Be your best. Know your personal best and beat it. Just for yourself. Just to break that belief barrier. Do you know what happens when you do it once? It becomes doable. It's not so big and scary anymore. You realize that if you did it once, you could totally do it again. My first quarter sales ring took a whole lot of hard work and effort. I've now done it 11 times in a row. I've never missed a year. I don't even have to think about it. It just happens. And I know many sales directors here can say the same. $500,000, oh, how I worked for that first one. It took 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears until I finally hit my first one. But now I hit $500,000, even in my bad years. It's just not hard anymore. And that's the magic of stretching yourself to do everything it takes to hit that big goal. Because once you do it, it just becomes normal. And you just expect yourself to hit it again, because you know that you can. In June, we had to triple our unit's personal best to have a shot at $1 million. But I knew that if we had sold 25,000 wholesale in just one day in December, and then we beat our guests in March, that we could do it again, bigger and better in June. Thanks to the 60% June skincare promo and the BOGO hydrating sheet masks, we took our customer selling strategy that we used in December, paired it with 25 new recruits, 22 of which were Great Start qualified, and matched it with unshakable determination that we are going to finish this. And we went from Trip to Prestige to million in just 1 month. So this seminar year, set a goal to be your very best. Take a second and write it down now. Is it Queen's Court of Sales? Unit Club, Triple Star, Cadillac, Top Trip, Million. Write it down. Now commit to doing it. Do it once. Do it just this year. And that will be enough to break your belief barrier, to show you that yes, you can. Yes, you are enough. You are capable. You are deserving. And you can break your own records. I believe in you, and I cannot wait for you to come up to me next seminar or at Leadership Conference and let me know what your personal record you have broken because you believed that you could. Have an incredible year.